Many of you asked me in the comments below how I have my home screen set up and what launcher I use. Well, today, your phone can look just like mine, and I will walk you through every single step. And the best part, this is not a third-party launcher. This is Samsung OneUI 8, and everything I'm going to show you doesn't require anything special and works with all Samsung devices. Let's get started. You're going to want to find an application that comes by default that's just called Store. And this is basically just your Galaxy Store from Samsung. So I have it here in this folder here, and let's go ahead and open that. Okay, continue. And you're going to find an application, unless you've already downloaded it already. It's going to be called GoodLock. And go ahead and hit download. I have it already installed here, but go ahead and hit download. And once you have it downloaded, open it up. And I'm not going to focus on everything here, because there is so much you can do. And a matter of fact, if you want me to do more videos, talking about customization and things like that, let me know down below. But I'm only going to focus on a couple of modules here, mainly Home Up and NavStar. So once you have the module downloaded and you've opened it up, this should be turned off. Go ahead and turn this on. I also recommend turning on backup and restore, because you can choose to back up your home screen depending on the frequencies. So I don't really do it every single day. You could do it by week. You probably don't need it every single day, but I like to customize my home screen quite a bit. You can kind of see like a more simple layout right there. And then this is my normal layout that I like to use. So go ahead and turn that on to make sure that you don't lose your progress, and you can always revert to a previous version if needed. Okay, so we're not going to talk about the task changer, edge panel, or gesture settings in this video. Let's go ahead and turn on home screen and open this up. Now, I'm not going to go through everything here because I just don't use all of it for my home screen setup. But something important to know is that if you don't understand a setting, like this one for example, you go ahead and click it and it will give you an infographic about how this works and what it does. I love that Samsung does this, because sometimes when you're customizing your phone, and especially if you're doing it for the first time, it can get pretty confusing. So it's nice that they have this mini tutorial and explanation for each feature. Now we're going to go down to the home screen section and find the home screen grid. I believe the default is 4x6, but we're going to change this to 5x7. All you got to do is click on it, and you can make it whatever you want, but for my specific layout, I like 5x7. So let's go ahead and click that. Oh, and also another good thing to note here, says view widgets larger. It may not be visible properly depending on the widget. So if you make your home screen something like 7x7, sometimes the widgets that you use could end up looking a lot tinier, like if you use your Gmail or calendar. But for me, 5x7, I've never really had an issue with this, so I just leave it unchecked. Now we're going to scroll down to the section right below called Hot Seat. Now, I do wish Samsung called this the dock or something like that, because it would avoid confusion, but look at your favorites max count. You're going to change this to 7. So as you see on my home screen here, I have 7 dock widgets. So that's what we want to do. Now you can also make this like super customizable to where you can have 9, but they are going to be a little bit smaller. So I like to have 7. It allows me to have 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and 1 in the middle. And that's my preferred layout. And one useful trick is that if you just don't want a dock at all, what you can do is uncheck right here. And as you see, when I go to my home screen, my dock goes away. Want it back? Put it back, and it also saves the apps that you had in there, so it's pretty nice. You don't have to reset it up. So we're going to go back over here and let's continue. For the app screen, this is your app drawer. So you're going to be able to customize how many columns you want in your app drawer. So when you go over here, you look over here, and this is my app drawer, right? And you can notice that I have 5 columns on this app drawer. Now the thing is that if you want to make it more, you definitely can. But one thing I don't like is if I make it 7, for example, I'm going to go back over here. The icons get smaller. I'm not a huge fan of that. I like it, a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to see and to read. And you can even change this to something like, 4. Go over here, and this is how it's going to look. You notice how the icons get bigger. It's to accommodate for that space. So let's go ahead and change this back to 5. I'm a fan of this look. It's kind of a healthy, midpoint between the two. And we're going to go ahead and keep it like that. And I don't use horizontal scroll. This is definitely not my thing. If you're into that, you can always turn that on, but I do recommend just using the app drawer. I just think it looks way better and it's way easier to use. And for the folder section, we are going to change a couple of things here. I personally like keeping my folders as small as I can, because I try my best to use my phone as a one-handed setup. So let's make the folder screen grid 3x3 and the folder icon grid 3x3 as well. And this is very important. Make sure also to check on pop-up folder, because this is how it's going to look in normal use. So you see how you have everything pretty accessible down. I'm left-handed, so it's, you know, accessible to my left hand if I click over here, which I really like. If you're right-handed, it's the same deal, but just on the other side. And the thing is that if you were to turn off pop-up folder, look how bad this looks. I hate this. I'm not a fan. So make sure you turn on pop-up folder. It just looks way, way better. Okay, so I basically have a blank canvas here, and we now have our home screen structured the way that we want it. So let's go ahead and continue. One useful trick is we're going to delete the navigation bar. So if you notice down here, I don't have anything except my dock. You might have, if you haven't changed the setting already, one line, which is your navigation bar that you use to navigate your phone. We're going to turn that off because it is a little bit of a weird way to do it. Let's go ahead and take a look. And just to show you what I mean, so if you go into settings, we're going to go down to display. We're going to go down to navigation bar. On your screen, if you haven't changed the settings that I'm about to teach you, you won't see some of these settings show up. So let's go ahead and make sure that you have these enabled so you can turn this off. Because if I turn it on, you can see here, there's that bar right there. So we want to get rid of that. So we're going to go back into GoodLock. And instead of home up, we're going to download a module called NavStar. So once you have that downloaded, go ahead and open it up and make sure you turn it on. And what we're going to do is you're going to see a setting called Enable Extra Gesture Settings. So turning on this option will enable the swipe from bottom gesture and gesture hint settings in navigation bar settings. So make sure you check that on. I wish Samsung would just include this by default, but you know, it is what it is. So once you have that on, you're going to go back into your settings, and you'll get all these new settings opened up. So from here, you turn off your gesture hint, and you no longer have that annoying looking gesture. And now we just need one more thing to download, and we're gonna go to the Play Store to get that item. So go ahead and open up Google Play Store, and we're gonna search for the Google Clock. Now, a lot of you have asked me, what widget are you using for your time? And I don't do anything fancy, it's just this. So go ahead and open this up, download it, and now we're gonna have access to widgets that you're probably gonna really like. So the first thing we gotta do is we're gonna hold down on the home screen to bring up our settings. We're gonna go ahead and add widgets, and we're gonna go down here to clock. You'll notice there's two clocks. This white one right here, that's the Samsung stock option. And this blue one right here, that's the one that we just downloaded from Google. So go ahead and open that up. There's a few different options that you can choose from. I could go either way, but personally for this particular setup, I like choosing the stacked option. So click that, hit add. It's going to give you two options for either solid or transparent. I use transparent. I just think it looks a lot cleaner. And we're going to go ahead and make it maybe like this. And the cool thing is, depending on your settings in your wallpaper colors, so if you go over here to settings, wallpaper and style, and then you'll see the color palette. Depending on what you choose here, your Google Clock is going to customize itself to match those color settings. So it's really good for if you have a green background, you got, you know, white and green. I think it's a nice little contrast, but it's not too in your face. It's very subtle. I'm a huge fan of this widget. And now I'm going to add my 5 folders that I like to use. And for me, the most important folders I set up are the first 2. This is because I am left-handed, like I already mentioned, and I use my phone with my left hand. So I want to make sure that the most important apps that I use regularly are accessible by one hand. If you're right-handed, you might want to prioritize your last 2 folders on the right side. Okay, so I fast forwarded a little bit so you didn't have to watch me add all these applications, but what I like to do is my first couple apps, like I said, are going to be used for the ones that I use on a regular basis. The middle one, I do like to use the Google applications that I use on a regular basis, and then to the right of that, I use the Samsung applications, and for me, the furthest to the right are always my gaming applications, because I don't always have time to game, but when I do, I really enjoy it, so these are my favorite things I like to play. And another important thing to note is that when you have your folders here, normally I'm pretty sure by default they're going to come by and they're going to be a certain color. I'm not sure which. I think it's just like a dark gray or something like that. So make sure in each of these folders, what you're going to want to do is when you open up the folder, up here in the upper right hand corner, go ahead and hit this color icon right here. You want to do this rainbow color, and then you want to make sure that this is fully transparent. And then when you go over here, you'll notice that it's all clear. Another thing too is that for the folder name, it will be a default of some kind. And you don't want that because it just looks dirty. So go ahead and whatever default is here, it will probably group it by like social media, Google, whatever. Go ahead and make sure that that is completely blank. And then you'll have a clean layout right there. Now, when we look over here, we're missing one key item. And that is, what are we going to do with all this space over here? So let's go ahead and add one more widget, and you're going to go over to widgets, and we're going to go down to the Google section, and There's a few things you can add here, but I like to add the very simple Google search bar. I add this on every single layout that I do. I just like the way it looks. So let's go ahead and we're going to drag that down here. Make it a little bit wider. And let me just teach you a couple of tricks here. So when you hold down on this, you're going to go to settings. It now gives you a few different options. So you can go dark mode, light mode, based on your system setting, you know, either light or dark. You can go custom mode, make different color, different saturation, different transparency, which also looks pretty good. But what I like to do is I like to choose a device mode. And you can change the transparency here. I like to make it fully transparent, or at least as transparent as I can. It's never truly fully transparent. And you go down to your shortcuts. You can either not have anything and have that full bar just show up, or you can add things like your song search. I like to add weather, so I'm going to go ahead and add that there. And then we're going to go ahead and go back home. So this is the final look that I use on almost every single device that I own. And just for a little bit of a sneak peek of a video I'm thinking about doing, please comment if you're going to want this feature on your device as well. It's called One-Handed Operation Plus. It's also found in GoodLock, and I plan on making a tutorial on this. Please let me know down below if this is something that you would be interested in. I think it's an incredibly useful feature, and it's a little bit complicated, but I think, you know, once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. So it allows you to swipe from the left or swipe from the right to get to your favorite applications that you use. And what I like about it is that you don't even have to like open it up and click on it. You can if you really want to. And all you got to do is that you open it up, you drag your finger to the application that you want to open, for example, Apple Music, and then you let go and it opens. And you don't even have to go to the home screen to use it again. You can use it in any application. Go to my Hue lights, go back to Apple, go back to Hue, go back to Apple, go back to Hue. This is a feature that every single time I switch over to OnePlus phones for testing, or maybe Google, or maybe Apple, I miss so much. I think it's an incredibly useful feature that if you're not already using and you own a Samsung device, you are missing out. So if you guys want me to do more tutorial videos like this one, especially the One-Handed Operation Plus, which I do plan on doing, please let me know down below and I'll go ahead and get those made. I think this will be a cool series to get you guys to customize your devices in ways that aren't so complicated. So I hope this video helped you. Please hit that like button down below if it did, and subscribe for more if you like what I do. And also hit that new height feature down below as well to help this video reach new viewers like yourself, as this is now crucial for my YouTube videos to grow. And I will see all of you next time.